Good evening, friends, and welcome to Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. Totally boring dullness. TBD2. Totally boring dullness. Yes, that's the current name. Anyways. What do we have here if not a finished fire station? Yes, and a finished thing of these too. Yes, lots of administrative duties to take care of immediately here. And it of course needs fire engine. Yes, this needs tanker. Should we take... yes, we drive workers to here, say. Then you go there to work and there. Yes, of course we cannot do this yet, since it cannot anticipate that there is going to be a need for people here. No. Where are we going now? We are heading over to the place where we keep our stash of vehicles. That would be right here. Yes, indeed, we're looking for fire engines. We might be out of stock, or at least are about to be out of stock very soon. That's a tanker. That's good. Let's use that eventually. And while we're here, we are also shopping for, if it would happen to be. If we take all that away, it gets a bit easier to have an overview. Ambulances was the thing I was sort of in the mood for, and here we have a few. That's enough. So is that all the stuff that we need? Nope. It's still not all the stuff that we need. We also need a bus. We're also gonna need a bus. A bus is available somewhere. It would appear we have not built buses in many years. This is another thing that will come in handy, since it has lots of snow plows. As a bus, one bus, yes, sure, we'll reuse this. Vehicle workers, you erase from line. Yes. Is that all you need? Don't know really. It's hard to plan for everything, but it's a start. It will be a start. And it ought to be not quite that way. We have to turn right slightly here. Yes, it's over this hill. Well, it's actually right by the hill. Here is where it is that we want to go with some of the things. Now, we have an awful lot of windows open here. Or at least, if not full windows, then at least the potential for a window. Many potentials for windows is what we got. Was that all of the fire engines? No. There's one more. Indeed. Cheers by the Holba. This is drinking here. Yes, that's good. Right, now then, the tanker, yes. there you unload weight. Then I think here is a good place where you can load bitumen. Yes, and that's you done with, and also you. We're good. Fire station. Maybe we can keep around for a little while. Yes, yes. The new hospital. It has been finished here. Why? This town now has 3 hospitals. Yes. And speaking of hospitals, we're going to try and solve one problem once and for all. Over in Seoul keeps, they don't grow. They even diminish in population. Even if everything is alright, because of the traffic jam that reoccurs in front of the hospital. So, yes, we need a bus here too. And you're going to go here, but you're not. We don't need you to get a full load, because you take like 105 people or something. We need like 30. Yeah, sure. 30 will do it. Go there. Only unload. There's people will be stuck out here. That's their problem, really. I just care about keeping the thing staffed here. Yes, we can try and keep that in memory too. Okay. Yes, since we have done all that administrative work, we deserve a save and a sip of that, and maybe some of a better tomorrow. Sure. Where is the cursor now? Here. There it is. Yes, we keep losing people. That's no good. In winter too, and we, especially in winter, I should say. Otherwise, we're quite right. There are certain towns that are doing less good, shall we say. All map, if you look at the culture capital and chemist, they're both doing incredibly well. Pologeo is also doing way better than it. So Alvaret is all fantastic. Antizeno is not that great. Antizeno may have starved a little bit in recent times. Here we also have Shotahiti. For some reason I also had a problem, which I'm not entirely sure what that problem was. Colleague, yes, you know. If you stay here, everything will work out very nice. Yes. Yes, a colleague is intrusive sometimes. And one way, and an obvious way, of course, if we really want to establish a larger population base, and we do, not because we need more people, just we want to be more. We want there to be more of us. To put it in some sort of thing, yes, yeah, that's a bit more staffing than we're going to need here. Should we tear this down even? It depends on how reachable this is. As all of them can walk to it, even without a footpath optimizations, going on. And there, yes. This side of town should have a hospital too, don't they? Yes, it's right there. So that's good. That's all good. Should tear this down then, you mean? No. Then I need somewhere to put the ambulances. Indeed. We're not going to do. What we're going to do is build more residential, and the style for this town is pretty. And yes, this has been updated. The thing that we did, the same. This yes, twin villas here. What's this? How many? 40 workers. Yes, this really is luxury apartments, flats. And a little bit far away maybe from things, but still. Only for the finest of... what are you talking about? Aren't we all equal here in... Of course we are. Where is this in relation to anything? The shop is up there. They will have absolutely no chance of breach. These will be little townhouses. That's what this will be here. Yes. And we should definitely be getting citizens. Maximum. And now we need to figure out a way to get some sort of infrastructure in here, and then if they could all... No, it doesn't work like that, you know. Okay. But you see, yes, exactly. That's... yes, pretty much. And here, if one could do that would be very handy, but one can't. So one shan't. Start construction on those. could more housing, please. They are not version 3. It's the same thing, statistically speaking. It is a little bit annoyingly slow here. I do apologize for the limited computing power available. If we were to do that, and then that might actually be one way of breaking this addiction. Upgrading the computer. That always seems to do it, you know, for me. When investing in something, and then you don't get any use out of it, and then you lose interest just after that you have put a whole lot of money into something. Way too expensive guitar, for example. Yes. You certainly need a real Les Paul. Yeah, sure, you do. But then again, that one has not really decreased in value so much. But there are other examples which are less. Yes, the graphics card that is doing this work. That's sat idle for a long time, you know. And what we need here is CPU. Yes, single core performance. maximum amount to play this particular game in. Then I commit to that, and then finally the game makers realize that yes, we need to make games multi-threaded. You need to realize this here, game players, because single-threaded performance is not really going anywhere significantly anyway. But the number of cores and threads that can be quite something. And then how many of those does this game use? 2. Yes. Out of my 6 cores at 3.47 gigahertz here, we use 2. Yes. One for game engine and one for drawing things, apparently. And that's I think is much better than many games. Many games still are single thread things. And maybe I don't understand anything about game development, and should anyone hear it, they would be screaming at me, "You stupid piece of idiot! You don't understand. You have to do it in one thread, because there's a whole." Yes, but do you think, for example, like the weather prediction machine? Yes, do you think that runs multi-threaded on one core? No, it doesn't. It runs on a supercomputer, It's distributed computing, is what we call it. Why have I gone off on this tangent? I don't know. It is a little bit of a pet peeve of mine. That games like these, when you always get to this point, it doesn't matter how. Yes, it could be a whole lot better, but in the end, if I'd continue, it'd still get to this point. There's just too much stuff going on. Meanwhile, it's using like 2 out of 6 cores. 25% of available computing power here. Very good. Should we leave this subject now, maybe? Yes, I think. Do you think that the fire engines have made it to the fire station they have? Some vehicles are without fuel. Well, I'd suggest that you go and get them a refuel then. Go and fill them up. Is that cannot be too far away? No. That's here. And okay, it is a bit of a ways away, but come on. Maybe they are out refueling. No, they're all stuck in there. Fine, we need technical services here, obviously. Right in the middle of the road, approximately. Screw it. We'll do a stock technical services, since it is so handy and reasonably sized. Yes, and down here or somewhere. Yes, I suppose we'll they'll have like their own little gas station here. It should also prevent others from getting the idea of using it. Here. Oh, that was within. Yes, that is within reach of electricity. I certainly hope so. Yes, it's plenty in reach. Good. And as we can see from the streetlights, the no electrical wire has gone suspiciously missing. Maybe there are like thieves stealing The wires, I don't think that we use copper because we only copper doesn't exist, so they can't be copper thieves. Or if the electrical components maybe are copper, I don't know. Anyway, point being, yes, the point being that we forgot to finish this. They're supposed to go there and there too. No workers. But you have your hot water tank is hot, so I think that you have pulled off a shift. Yes, I saw smoke before. They have pulled off a shift, and this cannot be done soon enough. But the snow is about to melt. That should be something for next winter. Yes, residential buildings. Are we going to go with these small? Well, we can continue to try and keep dotting these small ones around here for a bit. Why don't we? That's waterfront. Right. And that tall villa. What's this? 55 workers. 55 workers. That looks a bit crammed. Well, sure. I promise you're going to be able to build youth infrastructure here. Door. You know, these footpaths, there is a balance which is difficult to strike sometimes. I don't want too many zebra crossings. That's basically it. They don't even do anything. People cross and vehicles drive, and appears not to be a problem. Let's leave it that way, please. Okay, last year, we mostly sat around waiting for stuff to be built. So, for example, how much crops did we produce? 30,000 tons. That sounds like a pretty decent harvest. And how much we use? 24 tons. Okay, very good. We have plenty of potential here for growth. 1,038 tons of meat we produce. I think that's still sinking into an enormous fridge somewhere, and that doesn't show there. We can see how much they eat though. Consumption of resources, citizens, facility, meat. 1,087 tons. Okay, so well, they ate a bit more meat than we produced. Food supply was apparently reasonably stable. Everything was high. 57,500. Yes, we've lost about 2,000 people this winter. No, we've gained back 55,000. 59. And now 57. Yes. Like this. Like that we losing people. We want to gain people. We want to become more. And we'll just dot these around here. No. And the footpaths may apparently no longer be exempt from what should we call it, auto or construction, manual construction. We do that too nowadays. Yes. Who wouldn't want to live here, right with next to the fire station, close to the shop and this thing, school, I think it is. Yes. Although that doesn't really give us a whole lot of, regards to the volume of people. Oh. But we simply do more of them. Tall villa. We can do version 1. Maybe some could live here next to the embassy. As you see, I think they could. Yes. And I mean, it would be so very nice if a place like the embassy, for example, it has a whole lot of parking space. If workers could drive their personal cars and park them there, that would be lovely. But unfortunately, it's impossible as far as I understand. So I don't think I'm even going to bother trying. No. Here there appears to be quite a bit of space for potential housing development. Indeed. Yeah, pardon me. That was unexpected. It sort of came out of nowhere, that one. Peach Villa, 55 workers. Ward from Villa, and then there is of course this we could have instead. Yes, which is, I mean, it really seems a bit small. 322 workers. No, not the style we're going for here again. And this, however, I think you will be able to build in here if we... You're a little bit too wide. Yes, I mean, we can try and do such a thing, but well, this one is a little bit smaller. No, it's the same thing. Aha, I saw. So there it will go. Very nice. That also, of course, naturally leads to this little development here. something along these lines. Is the building really in the way though? Now if you get in closer it is a bit easier to do this. Yes, but where are you going with it? Absolutely nowhere. It is just for show and for that one and this one. And it could also maybe do something like that. Okay, more. This is a bit far from the shopping center. You realize this? We pay for that with this. Yes, they'll survive. But we can no longer be building out more residential that way, unless we of course provide different things too. There is only residential really. We should have something. I mean, they are arts people here. They learn lots of fine arts. Maybe they should have a theater or something. Let's see here, we have cinema. Even though the greenhouse, what the hell is that? That is an actual greenhouse, okay. Amphitheater. 5 workers. Maybe. Presskiosk. Right. Post office. We can have a post office. Yes, this. Now post offices doesn't really exist anymore, but yes, when they did, that was a whole lot of fun to go to the post office, you know. So we could certainly have a post office. Could we have it here? I don't think so. We can have it here. Not everyone needs to be able to go to the post office, after all. Right about here is where we'll have it, and it will have a little dedicated street here, maybe. Yeah. Yes, it will. Citizens were unable to visit hospital. Okay. Yes, Sayov. You goddamn piece of shit crap town with your fucking useless hospital that for the moment is behaving, but regularly does not behave well at all. I one thought we could try here. We put the hospital way out here. Hospital. Hospital. Very far away. No one can walk to. Workers need to be able to walk to the hospital. Think maybe. I think maybe yes. It does not have footpath connection on to that side. Regrettably. And that's what we'll have. And then we'll do something here so we can get people walking here. Plenty of infrastructure to snake underneath here. How lovely and nice. And you know, this really isn't that far away, is it? Some other infrastructure is in the way. But just watch your head. Yes, just watch your head. And you'll be fine. That serves no little purpose. Unless we... Oh, yes. But now it serves a whole lot of purpose. Since they cannot watch their heads. Friendly. Yes, that will do. And then I'm going to move the ambulances over here. People can still walk to hospital here. But ambulances will drive out of here. This place is doomed. Whatever I do, this is the third hospital, I think, in more or less the same place. And it always happens as does it up here, I think. Pretty often, at least. Not as often, though. But no, there's no traffic jam right now. They don't have any clothing. What's up with that? Is that why we're losing people, maybe? It's not that bad. It's not a national crisis, I don't think, but why? You're standing still. Is this a situation or since... Okay, you want to go in there. Yes, and you... How did you manage to do this? I mean, one of you are fine to go. Unless there's a meat train coming here. Oh, the meat train is also waiting. Ah, yes indeed. This little sneaky crossover thing here is not supposed to be there now, is it? No. Yes, we take some music on that. This is what we do. Yes, sometimes colleague is misbehaving slightly, and that's not so good. But they don't need to cross over. that was only for the constructions of things. Right, and this is not even properly signaled up here. Wait a minute now. Take it easy here. Why is it like this? It's because you have built and not finished the thing that you need to do to actually make use of the work. I think that's it. Okay, and now this should no longer be a problem, I think. It has been causing a fair amount of trouble, this, actually. But now that we have all the infrastructure in place again, and it may be a little bit better suited for the task at hand. No, yes, you can still, if you go on that line, you can go that way. Yes, you can go, yes, they can go every which way they want to. I would think. Why are you moving so slowly? Didn't put the line spacing thing on. No. This should now all be very, very safe and reliable. And the amount of crops that we have stored up is quite significant too. Yes, and the amount we use is also significant. We have enough capacity to transport here as long as the trains actually keep moving. We're all fine. But if they keep, here they are running quite low. 420 tons. Yes, that's about one train load, yeah. That supplies half the population with food. Indeed, it does. It's March, and they have begun. I think that this field, there is something odd with this. This would look as though it has not been. It did not die in winter or something. I'm not quite sure. Get out of here. Yes, this really is not a good thing to be having that one in there. We could remove the field or remove the railroad temporarily. Yes, I'm going to remove the railroad temporarily. And this must allow more enough space as to keep the things down. How would you? Sure. Although that's going to cause you some issues, I think here. There we go. And put that back. Oh, of course not. Railway is too close to road intersection. Okay. What exactly is your accepted, what do you call it? That was there. The next one over is there. That must be long enough for. This you will do, yes. Sure. We'll try and build this. Yes, we'll try and build this. We actually ought to be able to do that, since that train won't be going anywhere for quite some time. Although this is not looking good at all. That's looking awful. Yes, and no workers there means that there may well be no workers in the in the nuclear power plant too, but the street lights are on. Everything seems to be on. So far, okay, what the hell is going on here? What the hell is going on here? The thing is that they all get their fuel from here. I mean, you're on your way. How far out are you? Okay. This is doing a lot of good. I think we could take this stop off Gdansk train diesel station. They have more than this one, right? Yes. The regular fuel transport goes by here too. Remove it. And Katsinchan train diesel station, they're empty. But you supposedly were just there. Yes, that's how bad it is. Okay. I see. How did we end up in this situation? With trains stuck on railroad and things. I'd imagine. Not rolling for a long time whilst not paying attention to the game and having it build the depot area, you know, the train depot area thing. Yes. Do you think you could hurry up a bit? This will be quite something when it makes it to the train diesel station, because that will become a very, very, very popular destination for many. But this is ridiculous. We are a little bit behind, I think you could say. And where is the regular fuel transport? Supposedly you're doing the rounds. Alright then. Okay, now, let's see here. There should be quite a fleet of vehicles heading this way. We could spoil it. Yes, indeed. And in times like these, vehicles even head here directly for refuel. Which isn't that great, since that prevents the tankers from distributing the fuel to the actual places where they're supposed to get the fuel. Well, yes, they can be very flexible sometimes. But a tanker that has 20 tons of fuel in its tank can get stuck on the road with no fuel and no fuel station in range. Then they're not so flexible. But here we can see how the flexibility at work. It didn't used to do this game. It has started doing this quite recently. Thinking it was on this branch when that was released. Never saw a road vehicle go directly to refuel at the train diesel station before that. But yes, I mean, at this rate, it's not going to last very long now, is it? It's a good thing that the second fuel train is coming too. But if you could leave room for the tankers, they could have gotten a whole lot more fuel out of here before before the next train arrives, you know. Because I can hear it coming, and that means that it won't be optimal. 50 tons you managed to get out of here. And this really is no good at all. What the hell? I thought that this was rectified by now, but apparently it takes quite some time to rectify, and also this thing is really not fit for purpose anymore. No. And also trains maybe want to go here to refuel. There is simply too high demand on this thing. So what this area needs is a proper place then. Is that so? Yes, that is so. This road here, that's not really something that we need. That was something that we had whilst building the bridge and the motorway. So that can be easily removed. Without very much consideration. Technical services is not what we're looking for. We're out for storage. We're out for storage, and we want to store. What is that we want to store? We want to store lots of things, but mostly fuel. Such as this. Yes. This is more like it. Your output that way. Yes, but if we wanted to do this sneakily and easily with the railroad, then we need to do something different than this. Let's see here. What are the options? I mean, to be really sneaky about it, what I'd want is to have this about here, which I think can be arranged. We just have to flatten this out a bit. But there is quite a height difference there between the motorway and this. Quite a height difference. Yes, now we try again. Yes, the point is I really want to keep the thing, the rail hookup as easy as possible. And I don't care if it's only one track going in here. And if it isn't very long and so on. I mean, something like that would be perfect, you know. Minimum effort. Yes. Minimum effort here too. This may be a bit of a shame to do, but for now, yes. Then we're going to want ourselves one of these oil fuel loading things hooked up to the road here. Come on, you can certainly. Yes, and then just for you know, to make sure that it flows as good and as quick and everything as is absolutely technically possible. Here we'll put one of these in between two. Right about there. Yeah, sure. This makes all the sense in the world. Too sharp a turn. Yes. No, I could have known if I was paying a bit more attention. So this ought to do something about this. A great big buffer here for these people and everyone here. Didn't think to look if it had electricity. It doesn't necessarily need electricity. This necessarily needs electricity, but yes, it does have electricity. Yes, and now finally they have gotten a fuel out to the places. Yes, to the places. I mean, yes, you're heading back to load, and then it will be a while before you're back here, and that's a bit of a problem. Could you maybe come back? I don't know what that just did. That might have done something crazy. Well, it's not on the wrong side of the track. Whatever this is doing. Oh, it decided to go in here for a turnaround. Yes, very good idea. Well, it is legal, and we certainly do need it here. Because now we're out again. And had the tankers been allowed to get there in between the first two trains here, then I think that we would have managed to unload a whole lot more last time we were here with this train. Yes, this is a bit of an odd place for you to be, as you know, a regular working train. This is normally something more like we keep, you know, for construction of trains. Speaking of which, they have not been working here for a very long time. That's one of the reasons is that I haven't really had anything fun to build, and I'm not going to 40 million. Okay. Oh. Not. Yes, we can close it down entirely for now. Yes, we have an enormous amount of hopper cars here if we want to use that for something. This thing is operating without issues somehow. Yes, all of these. What the hell are we going to do with them? I don't know. Really, it's maybe a bit more than was anticipated and you know, planned for and such, but maybe we can sell them. Maybe we don't have enough to get us a license for example, a GP40 anyway. We do have enough here, though. That is correct. Is this the nuclear reprocessing thing? And electronics, 5 workers. That does not sound like a lot. You're much more excited to reprocess nuclear waste than you are for building radios and televisions for some reason. I don't understand your reasoning, but that's how it is. I have not even gotten started on the hospital. You've just finished the road. Good work. Yes, if anything, we are going to let's see here. Where do we? I'm sick of Seoul being so, you know, few. They had 275 adult children. Not that many. That I think Alvarez probably had 500. And Pondofeo has 400. Well, that's where we're taking them. It ought to be known by now in this town that if you live in any of these buildings right around here, there may come a day where you suddenly have to move to a different part of the country. And one more. Yes, because we are filling this place, which we keep having to do because of the yes, the hospital situation. It's not my fault. I can't do anything about it. The game is broken. What we can do though is click a lot here. And by that get a whole lot of people in here. Yes, a whole lot of them. No, you don't want to live in the fire station? Okay. You don't have to. It's alright. Right, you think that got it? Pretty soon, yes. Right, how is this looking now then? Say up. 4,222. That's more like it. And the fuel situation, how is that Okay, it's not good. No, but the train ought to be it's been back already, very good. But it's already at that point again that vehicles are coming directly here for refuel, for fueling. Not okay. No, they're not. I misinterpreted. They were doing something else yesterday. They were probably building on this or something. That's good. And their construction has not yet started. Why would that be? And where could we get... do we have this? We have this. No workers, right? This thing is not completely terrible, I don't think. It's just not as quick as the other one. That's fine. We'll put you here. First stop is unreachable. What? No. Not if you would have headed out on the correct track. It would not have been so much unreachable. Because if you headed out here, and I believe you can do a little turnaround out here, you see. And I'm not so sure I feel like resignaling the entire railroad for your sake. So, there you go. Happy now. Apparently we have to do this again. Okay, it is now broken or something. It is assigned there. Yes, indeed. But you know, that's you can get over there, and you could have taken that route too. You really don't need to be on this side. Okay, where is the closest area now then? Ah, it's still here, you say. No, I call bullshit on you. It's what I do, and we can't have that pointing that way. So, is this considered? No, it's not even considered occupied, even though this train is here somewhere. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. We'll get here. They have one other job to do. That is correct. That is also a bit far away. But I'm sure that they'll be able to handle this too. That said though, where are you and why are you standing still? Has there been a problem again? What is going on now? Well, you see, this is not really so much of a problem as you think it is. Yes, I realize it seems scary, but really it is not. There you go. Technically this should now be removed, but no. It's good to fence this off from other things. And remarkably enough, there is no queue. Yes, a puff of smoke every now and then out of there. Very good. Some vehicles are still without fuel. Have you gotten? Yes, you have gotten that. Very good. Then we should... and this too. We finally get to use this. And there are talks of road maintenance coming. So I suppose these technical services will also have some sort of road maintenance vehicle. But then again, the types of the things you use to maintain a road is sort of the same things that you use to build it in the first place. Yes, polyhedral flats. You're full again. Right, I was thinking that we could launch a distribution office, indeed. We want you to do this too. This. And keep, yes, fully topped up, please. You say some vehicles are without fuel. Do you mean all, by any chance? Yes. Could you push it out to the? It won't help, you know. You need the engine for the pump. Yes, maybe they could. No. We're getting fuel. No worries. Okay, why isn't there a vehicle coming or something? A vehicle with this building in its route plan. Does this still? Okay, this is empty. We may need to be thinking about distributing more fuel, maybe. Yes. I don't think so, because it was all fine until we had a few snarl-ups here on the railroad, but most of those things should have been taken care of by now. So we get a little bit of a queue to the loading thing. There's a little bit we do get. So that was about 600 tons. How long will that last? I don't know. But there are many of these tankers heading here. You see, quite a few. And each one of these is 21 tons. Yeah, it's going to be a significant amount. Is the backlog that great? A place like this, for example, is full. There it isn't quite full. Here, where they like to drive a lot. I see that it's not doing great. This is doing great though. 0.84% rating on our Soviet propaganda. The long wave transmitter. 1.3 megawatts it's using. That's not an insignificant amount of power that we put into broadcasting the Soviet propaganda here in 2007, and I hope they're happy. Why? Okay. Yes, that was just an attempt. It didn't work. Right, I remember. Piata's train station is empty again. Wouldn't you know it? Yes, but you're on your way there, which is very good. Isn't it? Yes, I think it is pretty good. Yes, this is supposed to be a realistic game. I have been informed on the Steam forums. I should stop going there. It only upsets me, and it seems to be a really. I'm not going to finish that sentence, but it upsets me usually. So I probably shouldn't be going there. But anyway, the point where was I going? Yes, this is aims for realism. This game. That's for example why we don't have electrical heating for the fire station. This is not according to the game developer. This is according to people on the internet who are wrong. Who there of course are plenty of. I'm probably one of them too, from someone's perspective. Anyway, that's why we don't have electrical radiators in here, because this game focuses on realism. Yes, and many other things can also, it's a really easy argument to make, and make fit basically any point you want to make. That is supposed to be realistic. Yes, but what the hell is? But where do you draw the line? Yes. This is very realistic here. We have the gravel quarry, for example. We have, I don't know how many thousands of tons of gravel we have dug out of this here, but it doesn't go anywhere. There should be an enormous hole here, if we're talking realism. Yes, it was that gravel, that mountain, that or whatever it was that was here, is in our roads here now instead. Yes, realism. Something is confused over here. Could that be? You're confused. Yes, but you don't need to go there. Really, you don't. You can go there, and then you go there, and then you go there, and then you go there, and then from here you can go wherever you want. Yeah, you don't need to. Promise. I am like completely serious about this. There. Yes. Yes, it is connected and things. Huh? Wonder what that is. But yes, it is connected. Why? And then you can go out there, and as we can see, if you want to head that way, I don't know where is it that you want to go. There, we can try and send you here instead, if that will juggle you about a bit, but no. And it's green, so that's not a problem. You insist that you want to use this track. I insist that you use this track. Well, I can even insist that you go via this waypoint out of here. And now you should definitely be able to figure this out. Move to the waypoint. Damn you. Come on. No, really. There isn't a problem. There really isn't. And this is not cursed because trains are taking that. That if there is something cursed, it might be here. Fine. Might live to regret this. Okay, there is something odd going on here. No, you don't need to be confused. This has nothing to do with you. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be bothered constructing it. No, that goes into the 1.5% or whatever it is that has not been built here. Are you happy now? Yes, now you're happy. We don't even need you to go there and go there. I seem to have meat available. Right, there were more things here that were showing a fuel symbol, such as you. That's not good. No. Because, you know, it's... this is not a matter of having fuel in the fuel stations. This is a matter of you being a bit remote. Yes, indeed it is, but we have just a ticket for that. And it lies this way. Well, it lies this way, to this way, yes. You get to go there and have a think about your situation for a bit. What the hell is wrong with you now? Nothing. You're just confused. Temporarily. Yes, and then we can just say, screw this order once you've gotten a bit further out here, and I think that you will find that there is a thing in range, maybe. It depends on how they're doing with the fuel. They're not doing well. They are not doing well. Yes, this train. We should. Okay, wait a minute here now. Chemistry meat, sure. Oh. Map oil refinery area, please. Yes. How much fuel do we have here? A fair amount. Right, and do we have something? No. Because at the moment we don't have anything relocating fuel from here to up there and to other places too. And this one is standing there and up there by the harbor waiting to load. I think we'll do... you can still have that in your schedule, but I'll come here now. Please. That's the wrong train. Don't. It's the other one. It's this one. Indeed, that you go here instead. In addition to whichever you prefer. It's the same effect. And you go by all these places there, yes. Okay. Yes, we can't do much more than just wait for that. And hope that there is enough fuel everywhere. The fields have been plowed and such, at least. Yes, it's looking really good. Oh, and look at this, all the new houses are finished. 500 adult children only. That's quite a sharp drop-off there we have had. Three workers can't work because there is no kindergarten. Oh, pretty soon it will be full here instead, but no matter, it will all be fine. The post office, it doesn't seem to be a very popular place to, but then yes, we don't have any real industry for these people to do anyway, so it's all fine. We can have lots of people working at the post office. No, they stay at home and watch television instead to get the culture. The much better culture on television than at the post office. The embassy is working like 60%. Oh, that certainly does something, I think. Industrial espionage and such, you know. Have they gotten fuel out here to this place yet? Yes, they have. Very good. Chemistry meat. Where did we put that? Here it is. Where are you? You are right about here. If we do that, train also check next station accessibility. But you know, there is right on the other side here. What's wrong with that? No. Might end up having to build a train fuel diesel station out here somewhere. We'll see what happens when it has entered the depot, if it will consider the journey down to there, which it must. Would you hurry up? It does not. It's too far away. God damn it. That was one of the points of that, but never mind. Or no matter. Rather, we shall fix that simply and easily here by putting a little train diesel station. Somewhere like here. Yes, and then you know, could. Yes, we could. Although we're not going to be able to build this. Are we now? Not so much, no. I'm going to pay for it. Or is it possible to... No, it's not possible. I don't... this should not be like that. This should be like that. And yes, paying for it. The track, that is not the train diesel station. No. Like that, something, and then, I mean, yes, we're pretty far away from the road network out here, regrettably. That's the way it has to be, or it's simply the way it is. Oh, it was in range. 2.3 kilometers. Good. We won't be able to fuel this via a train though, because the train will not be able to do that. You could make it possible for a train to do that here. You know, if we did something silly. The problem is, if we did that, say, yes, then the train could go in there and fill it up. Then also many other trains, I bet, will find it very agreeable to go in there to fuel up. So no, we will truck it there. And we're going to need a bit of electricity here too. Not really what I had in mind, but it will do. Why are we fighting on this? Some other infrastructure is not in the way. There you go. Building in the way. Okay. Sure. And about here is the switch. Do we put another medium? Sure we do. Because I've been thinking, and I no longer think that it is the number of switches that was the problem, because that bug should have been fixed. I think that the reason that some of my medium voltage circuits have been without electricity has been that wires have disappeared. No, it isn't, because I have followed wires. Never mind. There may still be something with too many switches, but this I think comes, if not directly from the transformer, then at least not very many steps away. Oh, this goes to the transformer. Yeah. Yep. 2 megawatts. How much is going through here? 0.7. That's not a lot. No, it as far as I can make out, it only goes to this switch, so it ought to pass no current whatsoever. Yes, that's one interpretation of what we're seeing. Another one is that it might actually not be a terrible idea to remove this. What's this? Where does this go? Is this necessary? I don't think that this is necessary because it ends. It ends there. Yes, it is not necessary. But we don't need to remove it all the way. It's enough that we do this here. Yes, remove that bit. And then we try and hook. What are you doing here? Yes, we need to hook this up onto that. Yes, and then, if we remember, this shall be removed. Sure. You see, this hospital is well behaved. I don't think there's ever been a traffic jam here. No. People are both dying and escaping quite a whole lot. What happened there? I don't know. It might be the clothing thing. Have they managed to fix that yet, you think? For example, if we look at the out here, they have clothing now. Good. Then that should be fine. Six megawatts. Yes, I don't know what to do with all of these flatbeds and things that we have managed to build here. Sell them, maybe. Buy what? Licenses to build things. Such as this container liner. Yes, that would be something when that's done. Meanwhile, you're parked up over here. We could be moving things down here if you wanted to. They can take all sorts of things here. Vehicle storage, yes. Does this can load vehicles? Yes. Well, as a practice in logistics, if nothing else, We could try that. Yes, you're vegetarians. You're not supposed to get meat. And you won't. And that will forever keep you a little bit unhappy. Yes. It won't go all the way here. Because of that very thing. And the freezer truck, I don't know where it has gone. It's here. Okay, they do actually get a little bit of meat every now and then. 7.5 tons here. Yes. But you are stuck behind something. A cement. Oh, God damn it. No, because that's only for trolley buses, you know. You couldn't park a regular vehicle that runs off that has a combustion engine in there. Certainly not. And you could have done a, passing maneuver, maybe. As you have plenty of fuel here. At least you've not been idling all of it away. That's good of you. Even though you've been standing there through all of winter. And you haven't eaten any of the meat. Now again, the vehicles are driven by algorithm. We don't have workers to drive the trucks. Tailgating much? Yes. I heard about the 3-second rule. I don't think you have. And pretty soon you ought to be close enough to a place to get fuel that we could cancel this. And thereby you should... Yep. I think that got it. Meanwhile, over at the cement silo, they are full. So it's not really a big problem, this. We haven't built anything out here in a long time. That's why. Population-wise, yes, we are increasing, but are we we were decreasing up until recently. We have there was some issue. I don't know what it was, but it was something. Hopefully, we should soon get an explosion of citizenships. Yeah, we would hope. I mean, come live out here. Maybe not in this house, because then you will starve. No, you won't starve. This is the best place to live. Look at this, you know. I mean, compare this to basically anything else. About that incredibly ugly building. Which town? Yes. This town. brutalism at its peak, if there ever was one. If there could ever be one. Stepaniste building. 88% quality of flats. It's not that great, but this will get, you know, the old sayov here. It doesn't have a street connection. No, they don't get that sort of things. And we could, should we slot it in here? Sure, really good idea. Prefab panels, 145 tons. Okay. Yeah, that will be great. These ambulances, since the other hospital is finished and it is very much staffed, it doesn't have electricity, but we'll get around to that. All of these ambulances, you work here now instead. Was that all of them? Maybe. You mean they actually finished the current delivery? I think they did. I think that was you. Don't have electronics. Ironic, considering you make them. Oh, the train is in here and loading. This could be a bit... yeah, yes. You should not be hanging around here any much longer than this, or we will have big problems. You want to go in there too, but this is the important bit. 214 tons of food. Okay, there is no really. There is no cow on the ice. It is completely fine, really. We could probably even have been waiting in there, and it would have turned out all right. This though, no fuel. But this is finished. Okay. That's more like it. We're going to bring a whole lot of diesel in here. Is what we're doing. We don't have anything there. Do we have anything here? Hop cars and a little bit of things. Okay. We are going to need locomotives here. Out here, I believe it is. That's completely wrong. That's nowhere near where it is. It is out here. It is out here. And open wagons. Oil, yes. Oil, yes, oil. Go there. This we could just put here for safekeeping or something. Because we cannot unhook these from, or can we? Yes, we can. Okay, then we can maybe make a reasonable trade out of this. How long was this? I don't know, but it was pretty damn long. That must be safe. Yes. I already have something to do. A long diesel mover. Indeed. You're supposed to do that. Yes, you're the one that's supposed to do that. Very good. I think that we will actually reuse you. But in addition to what you have been doing, you will go by here. Yes, here you'll go, and so after that you've been there and loaded up, you go there and you unload about 50% or so. Wait, maybe. And Beatus medium distribution office. We cannot. I don't think we can add something. We could add something to you. Okay. But we do not want to add that. We want to add. We want to add this. Yes, that's where you get your fuel. Load fuel. Yes, the two fuel trains are following each other around here, which is not the best. Could we try and upset the thing a bit by... Oh, we need you to go. Well, maybe you could skip... yes, go directly to Varstock there. Just in case. You never know. There might be a backfire of some other petroleum product ending up in there, and we don't want that. Oh, and wouldn't it happen to be the case that ambulances are stuck here, and that's why this town has not grown for a very long time, maybe. Yes, that could well be the case. I'm looking disappointedly at these numbers, you know. It's no good. How can you be missing chemicals? It's because you don't wait until loaded. But wait a minute here now. Right, that would be there that you would definitely have to wait to make sure that you get. Otherwise you could go here where there isn't that many chemicals neither. What the hell is going on? Missing wood? Oh, they have cut the entire forest down. And I have again forgotten to replant. Yes, apparently so it is. Yes. That will solve the problem in a couple of years' time. Meanwhile, we do have this place. Yes. We could. But you have wood, what the hell? Right, and we'll move you over there, we'll move... Not suitable, okay, but it is currently... assigned to the same type of building. Yes. I don't know. However, I do know that we have, for example, we have buses here, lumberjacks. Yes. You go by the other wood cutting post too. Or maybe only... you can... Yeah, get out, please. There, and don't. And now there ought only to be a few more things to do. Yes, we should take... Because, wait a minute here now. Trirov, small distribution office. I would suppose it is you that is getting wood for... Or how does it get its wood? This thing? You know what, I'm not sure at all. I would... Fremo Road Cargo Station, is that it? Nope. But you have a bit of wood. You could... you could go here. With that. At the Valkavisk Road cutting post, there is not a whole lot of wood available. No. How am I providing wood to the big? Because it wasn't you. Is it you? Trirov Road Cargo Station 2. Yes, this is it. You are going to instead be getting your wood from up here. And don't. Buildings without power supply is... You're absolutely sure that is absolutely necessary to do this? I don't know. The bus may arrive. This might be the bus. Yes, it is. Then that shall give the answers. And in any case, it's just good form to provide, you know, a little bit of electricity up here, after all. No, this is not too steep of anything. It is just right, in fact. I've seen nothing happened. Can't build the infrastructure. I wonder exactly what that infrastructure is that you are referring to. Because there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of infrastructure around here. This is going to work. There is one pixel where it will accept it, and it's right there. Okay, medium voltage. Right, medium voltage, you say. Here's something. Yes, we could have cut into the existing power line. But no. Right, about from there to there. Okay, so obviously, and apparently they do need electricity too. There should be maybe one more vehicle here, but we could... Somewhere down here is a sawmill. Here is the sawmill. And they are also missing wood. This one. Yes, you will get to go here instead to load. No, not uranium oxide. Wood. And I'd imagine that they'd have this done pretty quickly, you know. Electrical business, yes, that's usually fast. The worrisome bit with with the chemicals is, of course, if the fabric factory stops producing fabric, we might have a little bit of a more severe problem on our hands. You basically have very little chemicals left. Yes, but we do have 150 tons of clothing in here, so and 100 tons of fabric. So I don't think that there's any reason to panic. No. You have livestock, but you have no workers, really. Is that the case? Wow, we have lots of cows standing around here. We should actually increase the productivity of the slaughterhouse ever so slightly. Yes, double it. And now they're out of livestock again. They go through it really quickly. Why aren't there like lots of forklifts driving about here? What's wrong with you? They're not doing it. For some reason. Which I cannot quite fathom. Can forklifts no longer do livestock? What's the problem? Yes, you do livestock. You just don't feel like it at the moment, it would seem. Fine. There, and only load, and there, unload. No. Nothing. Okay. Fine. Load, load, load. Unload. Okay, I don't know what's going on with the forklifts. But I don't think that this one truck is enough to handle all of the livestock here. And what are you doing in here? Ah, you're waiting until unloaded, and so are you. This is no problem. However, this is a bit of a problem. Yes, 75 tons of livestock standing around here, and we only have one thing to move them around in. We should probably get another one for that purpose. Then, since the forklifts for some reason have decided they don't want to play anymore. But you'll do fine. You go from this place is getting a bit busy. Load, livestock, slaughterhouse, unload, wait. You're not allowed to wait there because it is too crowded. $14 tons of livestock you bring each time. Very good. Yes, I think that we're going to do a little break and then come back for a revisit and see what has happened to the population a little bit in a little while. It is June, as I'd imagine it be autumn or maybe even winter when we return. So right now the population is 57,000. We shall return. And welcome back. Rather loud there. Yes, we are following a diesel train. The long diesel mover has been put back into service. Did we do that together or not? I'm not certain. Anyway, I don't think so. It goes and loads. Or did we do that? Yes, it is working anyway. Yes, and this thing is finished. Beates, you know. This thing is finished, and it has been finished for quite some time. And I think it's first now that they've actually gotten to the point where, you know, it's starting to build up. So that took, was it June, July? Yeah, a quarter of a year to build up the backlog of fuel. And another problem that has been noted here. One thing that isn't the problem is this the population demographics statistics. Look at the 62,000 about to break there. That's very good. I'm happy with that. This thing actually uses quite a bit of wood. Yes, and they had managed to cut down all of the things, all of the trees. Yes. And so now we needed to put this second wood cutting post into production, and I think that we're going to need to think more seriously about the wood industry, maybe, because we had even ran out of planks, and that was yes, we had run out of planks. That's no good. We need planks. Did we really run out of? Yeah, there's only a few here. 34 tons out of 200. We're even making bricks. We're building. What are we building with the bricks? No, it may be going into a black hole. You know, one of those huge storages that has not been limited in amount, maybe. But anywho, so we're a little bit behind on chemicals again, actually, since this had been standing still then for quite some time. So far behind that this is not working, maybe. Okay, the reprocessing plant, this is working, okay. So not so far behind. But we are empty here, okay. So we're about to hit. we were maybe about to hit the brick wall when it comes to chemicals up here. Speaking of which, nuclear fuel. I mean, there is such an amount. 180 tons. Apparently, we have. I swear, $232 million. Yes. There was was there something expensive you wanted to buy, build, to build? Yes, I really do regret not being able to build any more exciting locomotives than the ones that we're currently able to do, since they are passenger focused and so on. So I would like, you know, both of these back, please. Well, that's about, you know, give or take, before you made it to the border with everything and such. That's $100 million. Yes. How many runs with the train is that? I think is that many. But it is incredibly long, that train. If we take that out, is it in here? No, you have saned it down quite a bit. But no, this is... Yes, here it is. Yes, 16. Yes, we have some, maybe even... Either we do this, the rather drawn out way, which is going by here. You could get rolling in any case. Go by here, sell all the vehicles, get rid of them for us, but no, there is, we have this place is going to go a whole lot quicker. Is this, patience, there is a limit to how much patience one can have, and I suggest that you start heading right here, right now. What are you doing, by the way? Are you questioning my orders here? I would hope not. Oh, look, they're finished with the train diesel station. Very good. Because, as the problem there, we take Pallasros medium distribution office, and you fix them up. And you actually fix them up good. No half measures or anything there. No, you fix them up good. Because that's the only way. We cannot get the train. This is only for... okay. But there is no... You have been... Yes, that's why... go back in the shed, please. You were supposed to be standing there and looking silly. What are you doing now? You're taking the long way around, even though you don't have any fuel. There you go. That's right on you. Well, obviously there is the possibility of ending up in the enormous freezer, the Gdynia harbor freezer. Yes. It's possible to get in there and not being able to find a way out to get fuel in case you end up in there with no fuel at all or something. I don't know how that happened. I mean, it's not very far away from anything, really. You are now doing 150 kilometers an hour here. That's very good. Let's see what you're up to. You're traveling on this very beautiful line that we build straight through everything. Yes, well, okay. Yes, I think that you needed a refuel, but you must have thought about that already. Yes, but luckily there is a train diesel station right up ahead here. Well, right up ahead. It is a little bit of a ways to go, but it's the only way. And this railroad doesn't really go any other way. So, if you wouldn't have stopped, you would probably have made it just by momentum. I'm pretty sure. Well, okay, it's a little bit uphill here, but then it's downhill again. Oh, and it started snowing. That means that it wouldn't happen to be the 23rd of November, yes. It would. I forget. I play the music sometimes. Also thinking we should have a look over in old Sayov, see what they've been up to there with the very, very tightly packed house, ugly thing in the middle of their city, where people must be crammed in something furiously. You see, here's the train diesel station. Told you. It's all good. And then you ought to be heading right out here if you have any sanity and such. Ah, this is rather nice, this. But it took a hell of a long time for you to fuel up, didn't it? Okay, you're about done. Oh, it was full here. Very good. The wagons finally decided to kick in properly. I think the problem gets worse the longer the train is, too. And you did take a right and everything, and you did a sensible thing in here. You should take a left. It looks red. Regrettably. Okay, it was... you claim it was path signal okay to go. Yes, it was. Yes, the rails are such a system that is not a system. It's a railroad, is what it is that we have. Yes, and we will be making a right pretty soon here into where we keep the most valuable stuff that we got, and it's not quite here, but we passed a little lake, and then we got a nice save in there too, just in case anything would decide to not want to play along anymore. I just thought about something, I put an extra track in there where we just went past. Let's look at the train being loaded with nuclear fuel here now. I said that there is... how much nuclear fuel can you get on the train? Quite a bit, it would seem. We should have some songs of harvesting maybe, because we will be harvesting this. Should we look at how much it's worth? Did we fill it up? Or did we leave the Oh, it didn't quite... Yes, we did fill it up. That's quite a lot. Okay, that's a bit more than half that we had in there. Yes. So, what is the value then? And how much? How many tons do you weigh? Should we look at the train instead? Yes, and remember the track. Yes, remember the extra track. What's your worth? $34 million. Okay. 29 tons of nuclear fuel. This ought to settle us for dollars to be able to build all the vehicles that we could ever want. It's not really, you can't quite see anything in the dark and the snow. Yes, this snow effect, I've said it before, I'll say it again. It is just like driving in heavy snow. You just don't see anything. Yeah. You just follow what you think is the road and hope for the best. Take it easy, of course, and adjust everything according to circumstances, but it is pretty much this. Hypnotizing effect, those. That snow there, and I would imagine it looks like complete utter garbage after the YouTube algorithm has been through it. Yes. But, well, can't really blame them for compressing down the things to the absolute greatest extent as possible. Oh, yeah, that's a separate rant about YouTube and monetization and such, and people expecting to make money off YouTube and getting upset because they don't for some reason. You know what it costs to distribute video content in this fashion, on this scale? It is not possible to make money doing that. No. YouTube is a money-losing business. It will always be a money-losing business. This is a known fact. Has always been. But this is quite lovely here. That's really cool. That is 29 tons of nuclear fuel being transported around the bay of the little lake here by Polochevo. Regrettably at quite a low frame rate, but still we can appreciate, because that's where it all started, over 100 years ago. Yes. 100 and something. I think that was the millennia. It happened to be the millennium. That was the 100-year mark. Yes, I think it was. That's not how we get the goo back. That's how we do that. Yes. So 107 years ago it started there, and I don't think we could have imagined a train traveling by, a very long train traveling by, carrying 29 tons of nuclear towards the west. Yes, whatever that means in 107 years, or 107, in about 80 years, yes. And if we're doing this, if we were this small independent nation here in the middle of Europe, obviously we are, who no one seems to bother really, even though we are extremely rich in natural resources. Yes. No one seems to bother us. The winters are really harsh though, so that may be what is deterring people from bothering us too much. Where were you going with this? I don't know really. That we're quite rich, even though we have our troubles, and our bank balance isn't really that. I mean, yes, it's large at the moment, but I'm going to buy a really expensive license pretty soon. Licenses. Yes, we're not going to cheap out. I needed 100 million, I think, and this was not nowhere near. No, this is 34 million. We're going to need to sell more. Yes, no problem. We can do this a couple of times. It's really, I like the seasons a lot, I have to say, even though the winters are really, really harsh, but I mean, it's certainly workable. It was just something to get thrown into on a really long time running world here. That was quite something, but yes, it is a very nice addition. And gives it a bit more depth. That said, the technical services are hopeless and bad, terrible things that don't work properly, or something. I don't like them very much, say that for. Or put it this way, yes, maybe it doesn't sound quite as bad, and a little more along the lines of how you're actually feeling about it, is that it could be better. Yes. The other way may sound a bit harsh, you know. It's really not my intention to be harsh, but maybe perceived as such. So this bank balance should be ticking up rather quickly, yes. And also I would think that Lisa is out selling bitumen. This still takes a while to. What is this doing to the price of nuclear fuel on the global market here now this year? So far, since it has not been a new day, we have time to what should I call it? Unload in one day. Yes, we have time to unload everything in one day. Do we not? Yes. What is it now? We sold that for 116,000, what does it say, $981 per ton. Yes. And now it's a new day. It's the same price. That's what it is. The price of nuclear waste has gone down further, or the cost of it has risen, I suppose. But we are turning our nuclear waste into UF6 and new nuclear fuel. It's just that it takes such an enormous amount of chemicals that we ran the forest. We forgot to replant the forest in time, and it got a bit of a hiccup there. Though we never really got to the hiccup because we have so sturdy infrastructure around it. Yes, we do. Yes, and one thing, about this with the frequent fires, it's in practicality for most intents and purposes. What it is just that this thing shows up more often, because you're still going to need to still need the same amount of fire protection infrastructure. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. You still need the same amount of fire protection infrastructure. Yes, if you want to keep your place safe from fires. And then if they break out more often, it's a bit more of them for them to do. And maybe if you have a fire station that is occasionally poorly staffed, then maybe we could have a little bit of a bigger problem here. But I don't know. Yes, you are now going back there. Let's see how much of this the goddamn long locomotive with old wagons. And you, long diesel mover, how are you? How are you doing? And how are these they doing here? 832 tons, that's very good. They're getting back on their feet out here. Yes, you get electricity from here. If we follow this, as it clearly goes from here, it's being fed. Yes, okay. We're going to follow one of my medium voltage things, but the voltage is fine. 21 kilowatts. So I think we're doing good. And here's another switch. As we're up to 1 megawatt. And here's another one. That didn't really do anything. 1.2. And does it go? No. What's this? Wooden electrical wires. Okay. No power is flowing through here, though. Yeah, we have not always been rich. Okay, we're out here now. Beata's medium voltage 1.5 megawatt. Now we're starting to get somewhere on this circuit, but we should be really close to the transformer. Yes, and there it splits up. We see here it goes that way, and it goes this way. And I would imagine that this goes straight into the transformer. Yes, here it is that we get our power from. Yes, but it was a bit exciting to see it branched off here. at the... Let's see here. Yes, here it is. Here. Okay, now you made it a bit too challenging here, didn't you? No, it does not branch off. Okay, it does not. That's a good thing. It do not branch this off. It's well, that's a good. That's how that circuit works. If you could highlight that, so that when you clicked the substation, it would highlight all the way to the transformer. That would be something, wouldn't it? Yes. You have bitumen to last for a couple of thousand years, so I think that you're all set for there. And uranium, or we're not really, it's all running great, is what it is. We're producing a shit ton of, I think is the expression right, of nuclear fuel here, and we're selling it at as fast as it will go. Basically, yes, we can set it to wait until loaded. Here we can try, as long as we keep it around, and as long as you do that, you will not lose it. Now, about this track that I put in here, I was thinking, since it is a bit random at the moment, if the trains will use it or not, one could make it a one-way track. I mean, well, there's space in here to put, quite a decent. This is a bit tight, maybe, but we could. I mean, this lake is artificially created by the diggers here anyway, so. What the hell? But it may not play along here underwater. Indeed, we'd have to do something very ugly if we wanted to do that. Unless we removed the railroad, of course, then we'd be fine. Because then we'd have to come off. Does it have to be ugly? Not necessarily. Maybe not necessarily. Realize this may be making things or not again. But at least this time we're going to be able to go some other way. Oh, you're not going to allow me to go underneath here again. No, it's not possible. But the other way around is okay. Well, screw this then. Well, look what you made me do to the landscape here for no good reason whatsoever. And there we're restored to natural conditions. Yes, very much natural. Well, we have this little bush or tree, or what you call it here, then hanging or maybe growing in the water. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Now the question is here: did you are blocking pretty much everything here? Yes, you did not clear anything. And you're not apologizing for it neither, but it doesn't matter because you managed to pull them through there, so you'll get the full load again. Should we be spending the money maybe? On something? Yes, one of these. Thank you. And one of these. Yes, I think that's quite enough nuclear fuel then. Yes, this, you don't need more. There you go. But yes, to be able to get some use out of this, we need to get all of these out of here. Lots of fun. Yes. Yes, we need to uncouple. But they won't fit, probably. There we go. What is there? They never get completely empty. These, yes, you go there. Ruble rockets. You recalled, I think that you sold some cars. You transported some cars for the Russian or at least Soviet border back in the day. Way back in the day. Yes, I keep forgetting here. There we go. Also, we should really think about wrapping this up. Yes. We should. And now, you dear thing here, do not do them. But do rather GP40. Very good. And we could start up production here just a tiny bit. That's because we have something a bit more enjoyable to do now than we previously had. Right. Did I not start you again? No, I didn't. It would appear that we have quite a few of these hopper cars. And really, if anything, we should be putting them up here. Would probably be more helpful. But no matter, we'll get all of this crap out of here. At least out of here. This thing, nah, maybe not so much. And again. What has happened to the price of nuclear fuel now? Something must have happened. Current prices. Nuclear fuel. Okay, so it's 106,000 now. Compared to 116 before. Yeah, it doesn't sound too bad. What? It's last year, okay, this year. Nuclear fuel. It's taken a little bit of a tumble there. I mean, if one wanted, one could park the train up for a little bit and wait. Or, well, what I should have done. What I should have done is export a few vehicles in the meantime. That's what I should have done. Yeah, get back here. Do we bother? This will bring us 30 million, 31. I don't think we bother. But you select this one, please, in the list there, and you'll do great. Yes, you cannot, no place to store finished vehicle. What the hell do we do with this? Everything is full except this one. So I suppose we start putting them in there then. Right. Yes, everywhere is full. Here it is. It's trying to get rid of something. It has a lot of spaces that it tries to get rid of stuff at, but everywhere is full. But really, do we want to get... I think we want to sell these things that we have. We have a bit too much of them. I mean, yes, we can take a few, but we probably have quite a few. Yes, we have quite a few of many vehicles. That Merry Christmas, Gold Yule. That's gotten out of hand slightly. Yes. Now there is quite a bit of things to this. After all, there are quite a few things to this. We could go brownout hunting. This is fine. As you know, where you might not be so safe is up here. Is this place really stable during nighttime in winter? It would appear so. %90 rating on Christmas Day here. We're doing excellent Christmas television, Christmas culture, enjoyment, happiness, as completely secular Christmas celebrations, though apparently, and very little interest in. No, it doesn't affect religion at all. This, okay, yes. Not even now, during Christmas. Okay. You know, if we were to if we were to do something with the radio here, enthusiasm for sport, what does that do? Does that satisfy their sport thing, or will it make them want to do more sports? Because we don't want that. No. Preference for alcohol. I don't think we need that neither. But Soviet propaganda, for example, we set that to 100% Soviet propaganda. It has no influence on happiness. It deculturalizes anyone who listens to it. But it makes them pretty damn sympathetic to the Soviet Union. But you have no sympathies for this. No, you work here, but you yes, you act. You work as an actor moderator. So there's no one listening. Didn't we have listeners before? That's how they responded. They That's pretty funny. I think they turned off the radios. Is what they did when we changed to Soviet propaganda. Okay, I get your point, people. We'll go back to cultural enjoyment. No worries. There. That all is much better. Although this is a suspiciously small amount of electricity for a radio transmission, and so we don't have an antenna. I think we have the long wave mast way over there somewhere. But it's really covering all the and is it really coming through stronger everywhere? $3,000 people are currently watching television, and it has a rating. The happiness 53%, 56%. This is amazing. And this, of course, is very good. The more people are working here and so on, yes, and the more electricity it draws. But that's the amount of workers in the building compared to the mast is that's a very small amount. Anyway, which will ought to be the same, of course. Anywho, yes, stop blathering about our things that you're barely familiar with. Might be wrong about. Yes, and I feel bad about it. Being wrong about it, yes. Let's just stop. It's good that we have now recovered with the fuel, and this is empty for seed already in December. Okay. What about the other ones? If we take the crops here. So everyone that is going right, there's a little bit here and there, but everyone that is going here with the crops, they have finished, and they finished too. They finished. Yes, they've all finished. Except here for some reason. $42,000 tons of crops. Yes, I'm feeling quite safe about this. Now we just need a huge population increase. And we're doing quite well. 62,000. Oh, it's New Year's Eve. Cheers. Yes, we started this year at 58 and we end at 62, and we were down to 55 there. Yes. Happy New Year's indeed. So 62,000 people. We'll see how long that lasts, but that's good. And last year, how did we do now with, for example, escapes? Did we have any? Yes, we had one a great wave there, and then things have been really settled down. Yes, we haven't had that many adult children, I think. Deaths have been rather steady. Births have been rather steady too. Immigrants, extremely steady. Televisions are on the rise. Computers too. University and such. Adult children, yes, we have been building a few residential buildings. That's good. Which means the population is growing here. Yes, and overall we kept them pretty damn happy. Well, I wonder what it was. Was it the clothes? Yes, it was the clothing that made them go. That made them flee. Or emigrate, we should probably say. Escape, as the game puts it. Yes, it was the clothing quality. Which was in turn due to train snarl up and the clothing train not making it. Not lack of, as is often the case, rather than lack of actual resources, lack of logistics. Is logistics Soviet Republic, it could be called. Workers, resources, logistics, Soviet Republic. Workers, logistics, workers, Soviet Republic, resources. There are many combinations. Especially if you make up words which are not in the original title, then there are an infinite amount of combinations. But there's not an infinite amount before you get a bit too far off what it's supposed to be. The forklifts have not decided to start working now. But maybe the two trucks are doing a better job than what they used to here. Yes, we seem to have 118 tons of meat in there. That sounds rather reasonable. Yes, and this is full of food. It's running very smoothly, I would have to say. Well, is this the new beer? Yes, it's the long beer train. But you never get that much. You never get full. Never ever near. But you're not allowed to stay. And that's all they have for you. Yes, the point was that the trucks were supposed to be standing there and keep an extra thing, but they... what are you doing? Yes, you were supposed to be waiting until unloaded, but... okay, it doesn't work like that or something. We could put more storage in, we know, but we can't because we need a footpath here. Very important. It is locked. This what it is. We could certainly do something different. I mean, if we wanted to, we could do a short train and come in more often, because I don't think it takes them that much time to actually fill up the warehouse. With alcohol, nowhere near as long as it takes the train to make its way around. And we could increase the production if we wanted to. Yes, maybe we should think about the alcohol situation here a bit. Or do that. Is that really something you want to do at this hour? No. Not really, no. But we do have... what did I say? The alcohol situation. I called it, I think. That would be the next adventure on the agenda here, is to get a bit more booze to the people. But I don't think it's it's a problem. Alcohol, 383 tons. Actually, that doesn't sound like a lot. You know. But, well, there seems to be plenty of pubs here that are well supplied. Yes. Yes, indeed. Shotahiti over here. New. Is it the latest new? Yes, it's plenty years old by now. When was this established here? Shotahiti. 17th of August of 1998. Oh, 10-year anniversary this year for this town. Very good. Very good town. Yes, everyone basically has a radio, and almost everyone has television too. No car owners, but they were doing fine anyway. There's plenty of people that are without job. What was the what should I call it here? Education vis-a-vis the basic education. We have 2,851 productive age workers and 2,913 with education. So that's I suppose that includes young adults that have not yet reached adulthood. But you know, worker with lower education, do we have any? Yes, we have a few, every here and there. This house is 50. Worker with higher education, 5. That's not current location. We want living preferences. Yes. There we go. That's more like it. If we take this, yes, we have a small amount of regular educated, and most have degrees. So, what's your point about that? I don't know. I just want to see how many people live here. Babies or toddlers, basically. Yes, plenty. Okay. No adult children. Worker was unemployed. Yes, plenty. I would think are unemployed here. Because there isn't really that much to do. Yes, you can go to the embassy and do something. Or work at one of the many hospitals that we have. Or perhaps be a professor at the arts and music high school. High school. Okay. $6,640 people here. No sports, but plenty of culture. They should. Although the post office out here, no one, really, no one wants to visit the post office. It is so unattractive a thing to do. Has it ever had a visitor? It's supposed to work as a cinema, you know, as a cultural thing. But I suppose everyone stays at home, watches television, shopping. Look at you. No, you are going to the pub. You are drunk. You're quite drunk. Indeed. But now you're at home watching television. You're not going to the post office. And your health is not getting any better by this, you know. You are not drunk, but then you're also watching television. You were. Or what? Yes, I don't know. Something's going on here with them. You're walking to shopping mall. You're going to get food. And then you want sport. And you won't get it, I regret. So you'll have to figure out something else instead. Yes, all of these people would live quite a bit longer if they had access to sports, rather, because what they turn to drink. I think many of them. Where's the pub? Yes, there are a few in here. But you, for example, you never drink. But now you have an urge to drink. It's funny this. You suddenly got the urge to drink 6 liters of alcohol, but you have no alcohol, habit. But you, Roland, Donka was out binge drinking last night and is now at home, sobering up, watching television, somewhat sleeping, somewhat half aware of what's going on. And now she is supposedly going to work. No, she is taking care of her baby. Yes, she could regrettably not get a kindergarten place for her baby this today, which is very unfortunate considering yesterday's activities. Meanwhile, Roland here is working at the imperialistsvinen at the embassy. Yes, and he does have a lot of electronics. A suspicious amount of electronics. Complete drunk. And you had no % alcohol, but now you have 24. Yeah, it's still the next day, you know. Are you sure about this? That you want more of that stuff, and that's something for you? I could understand if, you know, in a time you would you would feel a bit thirsty again, but after a night like that, I think I'll take it easy. Well, that's good. We have a drunk diplomat here doing something. Roland is called Roland Denisovich. He lives in Shotohei Spire House 2-3, which is this one. Yes. And he is currently in here somewhere. And now he is apparently at home. $62,000 still very good. Like that, I shall not say that we are established, but now here in 2008, in year 108, maybe one should say, if one starts the calendar at when we started working here, you know, then where were you going with that? I have absolutely no idea. The train has been out selling nuclear fuel. We should get some nice things to be able to to build here are the American snowplows. There's a Mack snowplow. We're getting that. I did not even look at the stats. What else? I mean, there are these things that I always end up buying. Yes, how much more road are we going to build, really? I'm not sure. Any fun buses available here? What's this? 130 kilometers an hour, 109 passengers. This is a city bus that does 130. 109 passengers. That's almost twice the capacity of the standard bus that we run. The Icarus 250, you know. Yes, we could get by with a whole lot less, fewer buses, but there's a point to having a smaller capacity bus and having them more frequent. Yes, it increases the likelihood of there being a severe traffic incident. For example, a backup, a traffic jam. Yes, and other things too. No. I don't think so. We already make the best cars, but dumper. What's this? 16 tons, 30 tons, 23 tons. Yeah, that's a nice balance, you know. Pardon me very much. One more thing. This is that thing. Yes, there we go. Now we can let things rest here for a bit, and after you've done. But screw this hopper car. There you go. Build some proper locomotives here, please. And yes, speaking of which, you should only do one of those, and then we go back to those again, please. Yes, that's going to be years at that rate before we're anywhere near. That's fine. That's why wouldn't it be fine? It would. It's absolutely fine. Yes, stop arguing. I'm not arguing. What I am arguing about is quitting here. We should quit. We quit now. Really, just like that. Yes, about. I'm just going to check up on the chemicals, since they have been a little bit of a problem. How much chemicals do we have in total? 109 tons. That does not sound like a lot for us. I think we usually have like 500-600 tons of chemicals in stock. However, at the moment here but we're back up to full on the wood. No chemicals in there. Is the train maybe waiting, or is this? How much do you have? 38. And what about the this thing? It has chemicals for the moment. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with the nuclear fuel down here, other than keep it around. I'm also not sure if it causes radiation or not. It might, come to think of it. No, it doesn't. It's only the waste that causes radiation when standing around. Any one of you wouldn't have happened to have burnt down? No. So you're all good, aren't you? Yes. You're doing the insane thing of going here and loading. Oh, you're out of chemicals at the reprocessing plant. So are all of you here, in fact. And you cannot store or export. You're missing plastics. Plastic fab factory is also out of chemicals. I don't. They're not good. How bad can it be, really? It could be pretty bad if it gets to the clothing industry and starts to threaten it. But the chimneys are still going here and they have plenty of chemicals actually. So we did have 140 tons of clothes here not so long ago. Where did that go? Are we putting it all somewhere maybe? Yes, this place. Are you emptying out the train of clothing every time? No, not anymore. Neither are you. Again, I don't know really about this. No. Well, this has been kept around for all this time, and I have not seen a single technical services without snowplow. But as if we start looking now, I bet you we're going to find them. Also, it's not the best time to check because we don't know if they're out working or if they are without snowplow. But you know what this? Look at this. The state of the roads here is not something to be ashamed of at all. It's pretty good. No, even large bits of Domsal against the streets plowed. What they don't have though a whole lot of is paved streets. No, but it always they seem to die whenever I try to bring them into more modern things. Also, this will be completely hopeless to do. Because you can only do a tiny amount at once. Tiny bit. Yes. But they're on the case. They might be fit for the task. What are you doing? 8 tons of food you're bringing. They got everything they need. This seems to be a good hospital. I accept that there's a lot of patients waiting for treatment. We should maybe increase. What's the matter with you people? You're very sick for some reason. Is it cold here or something? Not really. No, it is quite nice actually. Though I don't know what the problem would be. 103 citizens cannot get food. Yes, that would be a problem if you cannot walk to. Can you? Maybe this is something that we should have done a little bit earlier on for the sake of these people here. Are you serious that you could not walk to the shop? 350 meters. No one lives there. They can certainly not walk to the shop. Oh, and I'm doubting any amount of footpathing is going to help them. That appears to be a more proper staffing arrangement for that particular hospital. You see, they see many things pass by here, and they must wonder what are they doing with all that money that they must get money. I don't know if that concept exists for them. Oh, but you know, it takes something to put all these things here for you. Yes. And you see this truck, it is bringing asphalt to a road. Yes, we are going to pave the streets of Domsaliga, maybe. A little bit anyway. Yes, that will have to be it. God damn it, stop it now. Yes, we're going to... Thank you so very much for watching, dear friends. Excuse me going on forever and ever and ever and not being able to stop and such, but such is it. There we go. Good night.